What is up, KSP lovers and aspiring Kerbal space fanatics? We are back in the Kerbalverse. In this episode, we are going to be launching the first rocket of our new career, this career walkthrough career. So we're going to be launching that first rocket, but first, we are going to build it. So, without further ado, let's go! Pack your bowls, grab your munchies, and let's blast off! We're going to go ahead. We're going to jump back in to the vehicle assembly building. We're going to build our first actual rocket that we're going to be flying. So, yeah, let's get into it. We're going to keep our command pod. You can click or hit the X key on the keyboard to cycle. I still want two. I want to put those up. I'm going to left alt and left click to copy and paste. And I'm going to put two more. That allows us to take 4 different science readings, which we may or may not need all of. Actually, before we launch, we're going to have to look at some other stuff because we have some planning to do for science. Let's change this so it makes it a little bit easier to see. I like the look of the gray and white one because it gives you a nice gray stripe to line up your science with. But I digress. That is just my personal preference. We're going to put 2 of the 2 hot thermometers up here, and then we will left alt and left click again to copy and paste. Put 2 on this side relatively evenly. It's all about symmetry. Your rocket's not gonna come down evenly if it's not symmetrical. So now we don't really need to decouple. We could if we wanted to, because we can recover this safely, this whole thing, and get almost our entire. Also, let's get rid of that monopropellant because we don't need it. If we recover this whole thing safely, other than the fuel that we waste, we'll get more back than if we stage parts and let them fall, just go wherever. So we want to recover as many parts as we can, and also we need to note that we can only get science for the experiments we keep. So if we were to put the science experiments on, say, our engine, but we decoupled, so we only brought this back, the science experiments stayed with the engine and went bye-bye, we would lose all of our science experiments. Unless we transmitted them, but we don't have any communications, so that wouldn't be very feasible. But yeah, that's what this one is. That's the basic rocket. We're gonna get as much science as we can out of it. We're gonna call this guy the Hopper because this is basically the Hopper rocket that you build in the basic construction tutorial. So we're gonna do basic rocket with science. We will save that. Oh, oh yeah. And we need to adjust our staging down here in the bottom right. Let's drag that, because we don't want our parachute going off at the same time as our engine. And if we click on it, we can get out of here. The blue bar will come into play later. We're not really too worried about it right now. We just need to be able to get our rocket off the ground, which is where the TWR comes into play, thrust to weight ratio. This needs to be at least 1.3, anywhere from 1.3 to 2.0 is what I've read on the wiki. So we can drop that down. That's 2.73, 1.74, 1.39, I'll work with that. And that also went from 9 seconds to 40 seconds of burn time. Now we can, because we can't control the throttle on this. It's just, once it goes, it's going. So now we have a much longer time that we're going to be able to go for, and it's not going to potentially hurt our Kerbals. If it was in there, we could have had that setting, but I wasn't too worried about it. So, but that limits that. You can also adjust our parachute settings. All these contextual menus are available if you right click. The minimum pressure 0.04, I'm not sure what that one is, but in the basic tutorial it says 0.0 or 0.2, I'm sorry. 0.2 is about 9 kilometers above Kerbin. That's when this will actually pop. And then the 1,000-meter altitude is when that will be fully deployed. That's when it's going to start fully deploying. So we're going to attempt to go over the water and splash down. So that way we can take in a crew report, either in flight or we'll probably do the crew report in flight. But we'll be able to do some science from the water. So that's what we're going to attempt to do. Yeah, we'll go ahead and resave that, and now we'll launch. At 420, we are 420 friendly, so smoke them if you got them while my computer is failing to load. I don't understand. We haven't had any issues until we go to launch. I don't. Okay, here we go. Alright. So, Jebediah's, whoa. Warning, hatch may open. I would hope it does. Let's actually do this real quick. There's this interior overlay button down here in the bottom right when you go to pan over. And it shows you how they're sitting in there. And I think that is a really cool little addition. Shows you their little flight controls. There's a nav ball we have right here. It's right there. But he's happy. He's good to go in there. We got laundry, toothbrushes, tools, science, snacks, board games. They got a spot for board games. How thoughtful. Parts, air, not food, food, more science. That's the detail that they put into this. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I just thought that was a cool little addition. We'll go ahead and do that. Zoom out for a second. Let's see. We need to pin these. That way we know what's going on later. I don't think, I forgot to go to the research and development and show you the science archives. I'll do that right after this launch, I guess. So we'll go ahead and observe the mystery crew. We get 0.02 science. So we didn't have all the science, and now we do. So we're going to keep that. We also have the 2-hot thermometer. We'll go ahead and log that temperature. Temperature readings are quite literally nominal. We got 2.4 science for keeping that. We will go ahead and, if my thing loads, move these down for a second because we already did those. Pin that one there, and oh, I guess I didn't pin it. Pin and pin. Now we can come over here and we can pin these ones. So the hope is, because we can do at least 3, right? Well, I'm not sure about the 2-hot thermometers. We're gonna be looking at that here soon. Pin that. Do I have that one? Okay. Okay. I did not have as many pinned as I thought I did. Okay, so the reason why we're trying to take so many science, we can do at least 3 mystery containment goo units in each area. So from the launch pad, we just took our 3rd one, and that filled out the rest of our science. 0.2 science for that. We are going to keep it so that way we can get 100% science for that. That is the 3rd. And the first one for the 2 hot thermometer, I think that one might be maxed out 2.4 science, but we're gonna have to check that when we get back. So now we can take science again when we start flying, and depending on how high we get into the atmosphere, we can take science again to try to get all the science there. And then once we splash down, because we are going to attempt to go east directly over there into the water, so we'll splash down. Won't be able to take a EVA report. That's okay. Feel like excuse me, doing the science that we're doing now will give us plenty of time, or plenty of science, and everything to unlock some more nodes. So if you guys are ready, we can go ahead and smoke them if you got them. We will launch in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I forgot to turn on SAS. That is always important. You always want to toggle that before you launch. So now that we're flying, we can go ahead and observe the mystery goo. We got 7. We are going to log the temperature. Good. Well, we'll start turning a little bit, because, more than a little bit, because we want to get to the water. To the water. Now, we just passed 200 meters per second. We're about to run out of fuel. Hopefully that'll, we just ran out of fuel. Hopefully that will get us, far enough. So, we are going to go ahead and log the temperature again, just to be safe, because I don't know if we got it all on the first try or not. So, temperature scan and observe the mystery goo. Now that's 2 for while we are flying. We can go ahead and get rid of those, unpin those, and don't forget to stage. All right. Now, I forgot. Take a crew report over the water. So that'll be important here in a minute, but there's our crew report. We were flying over the water when we took that crew report. Now we're slowing down. I don't remember what I had that set at. Was that, I had it set at 800. That is what I like personally. It is just a lot less time floating around. But that's just with these smaller stages, these single rocket designs, single engine. I have the hiccups, excuse me, with that crew hatch. Anyway, observe our mystery goo for more science. It escaped into the water. No. We'll get 4 science for that. And we'll go ahead and log the temperature. We got 3.2. We'll keep that. And as I said, we already took the crew report. Can't Go EVA. Oh, you can. I lied. I apologize. I could have swore I just did this. Not even like 2 hours ago, I could have swore. So we're gonna go ahead and, yeah, from Kerbin's Water, we got an EVA report. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that. And, oh, I don't know what I just did. Board is B. There we go. So we got an EVA report. That is awesome. Did not think that we were going to do that. We also completed a contract, launched our first vessel. So let's recover that. Other than the fuel from that rocket, because we didn't stage anything, we didn't lose any parts. Here we go, freezing again. I don't know what is up with that, why my computer is running like that. Never had an issue before in all the 16 episodes before this. We just earned 41.3 science for that. We took 4 temperature readings and 4 goo reports, a crew report, and an EVA report. Crew report, we're flying over the water. EVA report from Kerbin's Water. Mystery goo from launch pad. The 0.02 data value. We got 0.2 science. Mystery goo from the water. 0.4. Mystery goo flying at Kerbin 7, and then 1.6. So that's a total of 8.4. We can probably get one more while flying. And then we got a total of probably 2 more that we can get from Kerbin's Water as well. We also did the temperature scan. Okay, so we got quite a bit for that. And 3.2 for that. So we have 54 science now. Got plenty to start upgrading. We have 136,000 funds. Let's go. Yeah, next we have 97.6% value back. 7,774 funds from the recovered parts. That is another win. No experience gain for Jeb, which is okay. That'll come into play much later. Right now we have 136,000 funds. We have 54 science. Yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one. We will jump back in. We'll go and look at some research on the next episode, and probably accept some more contracts. Maybe upgrade our tracking station so that way we can accept more contracts. Because not our tracking station, our mission control. Because now, since we did our first flight, we have all these miscellaneous contracts. These are non-storyline contracts. They range from taking temperature surveys to hauling parts and testing parts in flight in different locations in the Kerbal system, the Kerbalverse. So we still need to escape the atmosphere, which we'll be going for in the next one, but we're also going to be trying to start upgrading. It took Mike Aben, I think 15 episodes or something to get to the point where he switched over from science to career mode, and he had 1 million Kerbucks. So That's where we're trying to get as close to that as possible and start our career in the same fashion and learning as much as possible. Um, so yeah, if you guys like this video, go ahead and light up the like button. If you want to stay up to date with the channel and everything I got going on over here, spark up the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to be the first notification on next session. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord community, the link is in the description. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And until the next adventure, stay toasty, my friends.